Hi, I'm Jessie Walters from Charles Rutenberg. I'm just here today to talk about new construction. I know a lot of you are on the fence with whether to purchase new construction or to try to wait for a resale because inventory is so low. I know it's hard to figure out what to do right now. So basically here we're going to talk about whether to purchase a new construction and kind of like why you need a realtor to purchase new construction. I know a lot of people think they can just walk in, and they can just walk in and purchase new construction homes right from the home centers, but why it's actually good for you to use a realtor. Most realtors don't charge. I know I don't charge anything to my buyers. The builder, the home builder, will pay me directly, so there's no basically there's no worry as far as if you actually use a realtor. Most of them will waive all their fees, so you can kind of get that extra help. But we're going to go through with the whole thing on why to buy new construction or why not to purchase new construction. So we know there's low inventory in Pasco, Hernando, Pinellas, Hillsborough. The Tampa Bay area has got really low inventory, which obviously boosts the prices of the market up as far as like the resales. So you're looking at resales and you're looking at new construction. I know first of all, we always talk about the actual narrowing down of the areas. So we have like a Florida map. You can kind of see the different areas that I actually do. I do the Tampa Bay all the way, Tampa, Spring Hill, Hernando. You can kind of see that those areas are the hottest areas in Florida, except for Miami-Dade's pretty, and the Villages isn't on there either. But those are the very hot areas as far as new construction in Florida. Now, so we're going to basically you yourself are going to narrow down an area if you want to go new construction. And things that you narrow down the area with is going to be your schools that you want your children to go to. If you don't have children, your work, how far is it to commute back and forth, your taxes. The further south you go, the higher your taxes you are. So Hillsborough is going to have higher taxes than Pasco. Hernando is going to have lower taxes. So the more north you go, less square footage price is going to be on new construction and on regular sales, and also your taxes are going to be lower Hernando versus Hillsborough. So you got your taxes, all those different things to look at. There's a bunch of different builders in that are popular. Believe it or not, statistically, Lennar is one of the most popular in the state of Florida right now. Lennar, but there's a whole bunch of more home builders than just Lennar, because I know. Not to mention exact names, but a lot of home builders aren't going to be Lennar, where I know they have the advertisement of everything's included. So most of them don't have everything included, and even the ones that say they have everything included don't necessarily have everything included that you're going to think of as a home purchaser. So that's where realtors come into play, because we're going to help you think of all the things that you might have missed when you walk into that home center and you're just overwhelmed with the beautiful home. It has all these upgrades. It has perfect paint. Now, when you're there, you're going to have to realize that this is not the home you're getting. First of all, when you go into that home center, that every upgrade that builder could put in there to make that home look more sellable is going to be in this beautiful home. And it doesn't mean that you can't have that with all those upgrades. It just means that the base price that you look at when they're advertising the new constructions in the area is not going to be that home with the upgrades. It's going to be that home with one colored paint. We're going to go through all that and stuff too. But in the areas, you have Lennar, you have In My Homes, Pulte, D.R. Horton, Adams Homes, which is like a smaller builder, Westby, Highlands Homes. There's Taylor Morrison. There's loads of different basically builders in the area from Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, Hernando, all those different areas. And again, the smaller the community that you go to, the less expensive it is, and then less expensive as far as the options. If you go to a very marketable area, like for instance, I know Starkey and Odessa, Pulte, Asteria, all those areas, the square foot prices are going to be higher than, say, again, for Hernando and Hudson, where some of the smaller builders are right now. But you want to narrow down the area, because you're not going to just narrow down on price. You want to narrow it down on the location closest, like we were saying, to your work, to your school, and then you get your commute down. So basically, when you've narrowed it down from there, you're going to go over to to see which type of home you like. Do you like a 1-story? Do you like a 2-story? And then when you get that area, you singled it down. Like I was saying, Lennar was the number one. They pulled 170 permits in the Tampa Bay area last year in 2018. And of course, the Villages, they pulled 132, and that's the size and stuff like that. That's a lot of permits for new construction. And then D.R. Horton, 114 permits. So all these are very, there's a lot of popular builders, and they're just kicking out the homes because of all the new people moving in from New Jersey, New York, Michigan. We have a lot of new people moving into the area. So basically, you've got inventory that the builder has once you've narrowed it down, and you also have the build outs for when you go in. So the first thing you do when you walk into a model center is you're going to sign in your realtor on the card. So they're going to say, "Hi, welcome to the model center, and can you fill out this card?" When you fill out the card, you're going to put your realtor that you're working with, because if you don't put that realtor, they get very upset if you try to put the realtor on after, and you're going to want to ask that realtor questions as far as, you may just be taking a peek today, but you want to make sure your realtor is registered. And if you don't have a realtor, if you just put Jessie Walters, Charles Rutenberg there, I'll just be glad to help you out. So put my name down there on that card. And at that point, you're just walking in, you're taking a mooch, you're seeing exactly what you like. The homes, like I said, are going to be impeccable, perfect. The designers have gone in, set everything up. And what you're going to be looking at, first of all, is the layouts. Do you want a 1-story? Do you want a 2-story? What will work for your family? How many people are there in your family? Now, the one thing that you cannot change afterward is going to be square footage. So if you want a bonus room, these are going to be extras. And as far as some plans are going to have a bonus room, some are not. These are not things like a porch where you can add them later, or a swimming pool or anything like that. Your square footage, I always say you can't grow square footage. If it's not under the roof right now when you're purchasing the home, most of the time the lots and stuff aren't going to let you put a big addition or grow that house. So if there's something like a bonus room you want to do, usually those are the second floor in the new construction these days. You're going to check on the bonus rooms. You're going to check on extra bathrooms in the bonus room, plumbing, stuff like that, if that's something that you're open to and you're something that you need. Otherwise, if you're happy with the plan, you're going to go ahead and say, I like this plan. The Apple One plan is the one that I like. Let's just use that as an example. So once you get that actual plan that you like, you can kind of see what the actual the plots are, as far as the plots, the land that is available. Now, a lot of times there'll be one, depending on which group you go to. If you go to the Odessa area, the starting price is going to be the starting price, and it's going to be plus the lot. Most of the lots, there's very rarely that they come with a lot now. The more the view, the better the view. Let me rephrase that. The better the view, the more your lot premium. So if you have a lake in the back or a retention pond, those lots are going to be more expensive than if you're looking at like a brick wall. If you're looking at like a back of a neighbor's home, those lots are going to be less expensive. So you're going to have your base price, and then you're going to add on your lots. Now, usually the builders will only release so many lots. So you're going to be looking at this huge, this big neighborhood, and you see all these houses and you see all these lots. It doesn't necessarily mean that all those lots are available. It means that the builder has pulled permits on, like, say 6 or 7 or 8 lots, and they'll let that out at the time. Usually they'll start at we have 20 lots, and then you'll see a lot of them are under contract. A lot of them, are they're already building. Like we were saying, the Apple home, they're already building this one on this one. Just because you see a lot and you think, oh, that'll work for this home, doesn't necessarily mean that home that you pick will fit on there. And the realtor and also the home sales specialist will help you with that and say, well, I know you like this designed home, but it's only going to fit on lot 34, lot 38, lot 40. This is the premium on top of it. So now you got your base price and you got your lot premium. So So for instance, say your lot premium is $20,000, you're going to add that onto the base price of the home that's advertised. So some of you see these base prices and you're like, that's so cheap. When you walk into there, you can kind of find out the average upgrade. Now, a lot of the places, the average upgrade is about $70,000, depending on which home sale specialist you go to. On the higher end home sale specialists, home sale centers, the average upgrade is $70,000. You're like, how did $70,000 come up? Well, $70,000 is basically your upgrades as far as your granite, your upgrades throughout the house that you would think that would come with it, but you like that kitchen, but you want the bigger cabinets. That's an upgrade. You like the granite, but you want a different color. That would be an upgrade. You like the granite in the kitchen, but there's Formica in the bathrooms. That's an upgrade. You want tile walls, and some of them come with tile walls, but some of them don't come with tile walls. So some of them, depending on which builder, they have plastic backsplashes in the tubs, and you want a tile one. That's an upgrade, just depending on which builder you're at. So there's things that I think some of you think, well, that's the whole house for the $300, but you got your lot, you got your upgrades. And then also, a lot of times, I know people are into the wood laminate nowadays. The ceramic tile is usually in the wet areas, is what they call it. So where are the wet areas in a home? That would be in your kitchen area and in your bathroom area. Those two places will have tile. The rest of the house will normally come with carpet. The laminate is an upgrade again. So if you want that laminate, or if you want to just take the carpet and put the laminate in at a later date when you actually wear out the carpet and stuff, you're obviously welcome to do that. But if you upgrade the actual laminate right then you'll have, again, the upgraded price. So you've got, and if you want, for instance, just different things that, I don't know, sometimes people get confused because they're like, I thought it would come with a garage door opener. Garage door opener on some homes, not all of them, is extra. Some of them don't have the actual garage door opener at all in the home. You have to do it manually, and you can put in the garage door opener yourself. Now, sometimes it's actually good because you're adding on and adding on and adding on, and if you do some of these things separately, you actually end up saving money on the home if you're not just piling up one thing on top of the next thing on top of the next thing. So you got your pick your lot. Is it premium? Is it water views? You got which floor plan, and then like I was saying, some builders have already pulled the permits for the footprint of the home that's going to be put on there. So in that case, sometimes you get a little bit better deal, but most of the time it's just the same price. And then if they haven't pulled all the stuff inside the house, they usually have a color picked. But if it's still open, depending on how far along they are with the building, you can pick the colors. They'll say there's different colors. And they also say there's different elevations. A lot of people get confused on what an elevation is. And so, for instance, when you have a neighborhood, the builder doesn't want them all to look like cookie cutter homes. They don't want them to all look exactly the same front on each one. So what they'll do is they'll change, that's called the elevation. They'll say this is elevation A, and it'll be brown with some brick. This is elevation B. It'll be tan without the brick. This is elevation C. Kind of be both of them. And they won't let you put elevation B across the street. They'll say that has to be an elevation A or elevation C. They'll do that to mix it up so that, like I said, the neighborhood doesn't look like a cookie cutter. All the houses look exactly the same. They'll say it has to be this color, elevation on the front. So, a lot of things that people don't really think about. But when you're so excited when you're purchasing a home, that I think that sometimes you kind of miss the different things as far as, how much it actually ends up costing you, because you're looking at elevation, you're looking at the lot, you're looking at the different upgrades in the home. But, the whole thing is to whether or not you want to actually purchase a new construction home. And the reasons to, a lot of times, is to purchase a new construction, because obviously you get to pick it, these items, and make it directly your own. So, you're picking your colors you like, you're picking the paint colors you like. Again, paint, depending on colors, is an upgrade. Most of the time they come with one color and one base color. Crown molding is an upgrade. Tray ceilings is an upgrade. There's a whole bunch of different upgrades that when you get in there, you'll notice. And that's why having a realtor helps you because you get a little overwhelmed because you don't realize all the different things that, basically are entailed when you're actually purchasing the home and stuff like that. But when we were talking about, I was talking about the different, homes and stuff, the new construction. There are a lot of villas now too. Villas start around the 253 price range. I know a couple of them in Newport Richie. I want to say I've just sold 2 of them, 198 new construction. So around 200,000, you can get yourself into like a townhouse, villa type situation, and your fees are going to be, a couple $100 a month on top of that for the roof, for the lawn, stuff like that. And you can still pick the, again, the color options. And of course, you can get the ones on the end are more expensive than the ones in the middle. And those are new construction. Those are about 4 months out too, as far as building and stuff like that, which I'm going to go into time frames as, actual time frames for the new construction. But so the first thing I think you have to realize is when you walk in that the price, obviously isn't the price. You're going to have the add-ons. But why should you buy new construction? And that's the question that everybody wants to know as far as like what's the good points, what's the positive points. I'm going to go into that in the next segment of why you should buy new construction versus the actual pre-owned and stuff. But so you have the elevations, you got all that stuff down. Also another upgrade is the back patios. Porches are less expensive to put on after your house is built unless it's under your roof line. And of course, you can't change the roof line. And like I said, you can't grow square footage. So those are 2 real important things to make sure you have it just the way you want it prior to being done with the purchase, because that screen is actually, if it's got the roof line and you need it for your porch, then you should go ahead and add that on. If everyone, you can kind of look around and see all the other houses. If no one has that roof line, then the screen's going to be less expensive afterwards. And the same thing with pool permitting. If the permit is being pulled by the builder already, the chances of you adding on a pool, they've already broke ground, is probably slim. The chances of you being able to purchase a pool after is high, and put the pool in. The only thing is too, like a lot of people like to put it into one payment, but you will save money if you actually buy that porch separate, or if you buy that pool separate. You'll actually save money in the long run on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch base with you guys on all that and why to buy new construction. I'm going to take a 10-second break here for you guys. It will be anyway. And I'll get back to what areas, price points, and why to actually buy new construction and use a realtor, and just the different fees and stuff. So join me back here in a second, and we'll also touch base with SPCA Suncoast at the end. Back again, Jessie Walters, Charles Rutenberg. I'm here today to talk about new construction and why you should buy new construction or why you shouldn't buy new construction. So the pros and cons kind of. But one of the main reasons to use a realtor when you buy new construction is we kind of do your checkpoints as far as we know what we're looking for. If I walk into a new construction home, I know that fan packages are extra in some homes. Garage door openers are extra in some homes. It's cheaper to do a backsplash after you purchase the home than it is to actually purchase the to the backsplash while you're under contract. And wood laminate floors, sometimes those come with them, sometimes those don't. But most of the time, you're going to have right now we have limited inventory in Pasco, Hernando, Pinellas, Hillsborough counties. With limited inventory, what that means is that there's not a lot of homes for sale. So a lot of people are going to new construction just to make sure that they have a place and stuff here. We were just talking about making sure that it's a good location for you and you've checked out the school system, all that. But another reason to buy new construction is because you have the structural warranties. I mean, every builder is different of what their structural warranty is. Some builders will do structural warranty 10 years. But the workmanship is usually 1 year in the state of Florida. It's kind of standard to the subcontractors. They warranty their work for 1 year. What that means is after you move in, a lot of times the builders will say, do your checklist, you have like a year for your checklist. If there's like if the windows don't move up and down properly, you'll have a year, depending on which builder, so that they can come out. You can make your honey-do list after you move in if there's something that's not high priority. If it's a checklist, as far as like there's different, I've walked into new construction homes and seen that the doors are cut too high, and they usually give you blue tape and you can kind of go around. And the realtors are really good for noticing that because that's all we do all day, as far as that. But so you have your building, your structural warranties, you got your roof warranties, you got your AC warranties, you got appliance warranties, you got water heater warranties. All this stuff's brand new construction. So you've really, in your head, you have no worries as far as new construction, nothing to worry about. Just little minor honey-do lists, like we were saying. Those are good key things to actually purchase a new construction. So you don't have that worry. Your roof's good. If anything was to happen, it's under warranty, the actual shingle itself. Like I said, you have your labor warranties, but the actual product itself is where you want to look at the warranties, which gets a little confusing as far as people are like, well, this is under warranty. It's free labor after a couple of years with the AC. Obviously, the AC components itself will be under warranty. You'll still have to pay someone to come out and fix it if it's not under that builder's, warranty and stuff like that. But anyway, so you have your warranties, and basically on there, they're energy efficient too. You have your energy efficient, like you didn't move into an older home. The insulation's, is 10 years old. You moved into a new home that has all the upgraded codes, all the discounts as far as insurance goes, for wind mitigation, for your roof certifications, all that you don't even have to worry about because it's brand new construction, and you're getting that as a discount as far as insurance and stuff. So those are good things to know. And then you have your ability to personalize that home. You're new, you're the first one in. You're picking the colors of the cabinets, you're picking the size of the cabinets. You're customizing and personalizing your home just perfect for you, and that's it's exciting, and it's important for a person, when you're making that big purchase, to feel connected to the home, because you want to be able to pay that mortgage and feel happy about paying it when you have your house that, so much of us right now at COVID are spending so much more time in it. There's also another option too, smart home technologies. A lot of the homes now are geared with the surround sound. When I show a home, I'll walk in the living room, you can see the surround sound it's already installed in the home. Those are, of course, in the model centers, those are upgrades, and like I was saying before, all the model centers have most upgrades that you can actually purchase in the home. What I like to suggest is that if you're purchasing new construction, before you do, if you have me as a realtor, obviously I'm going to suggest you to do this, but what we would do is we would go to, and we get permission obviously, because most of the time you have to wear hard hats when you go in, but to go look at a home as it's being built, to see when it's almost done what a base product looks like. In other words, you're walking into a home that's had a decorator, that's had painters, that's had all these upgrades. I mean, the whole house could have a gourmet kitchen and you're just getting a basic kitchen. It could have larger cabinets, but you're just getting the normal 32-inch. You're not getting the large crown molding cabinets, but you need to see kind of what it's going to look like. That way, you're not disappointed. You know what you're getting, and that's a good tip as far as if you're purchasing a home, to look at actually what you're getting. Don't just walk into a new construction home. I know if you're one of my customers with new construction, I've told you the story of one of my favorite customers. She was pregnant during the time of purchase, and we went in, and she picked out the home, and it was beautiful, and she was all excited. And then when it was all built, she went into the home, and she cried. Of course, she was pregnant. She cried because the home I showed her had backsplash, and it had the paint was done differently in each room. And so what we actually ended up doing was have a painter go in and match the home center, and then go to her house, which was exactly the same, and then paint each room accordingly, so it kind of matched the home center that she'd seen, the new construction model, and then put in the actual backsplash and all the things that would make her happy as far as the upgrades that we'd been missing. And she was happy there. I've since sold that house, and she's relocated, but this is like probably 6 years ago. So gosh, I've been in the business a while. Anyway, so you got your structural stuff like that, but so you've got the advice of go see what it looks like without the stuff, and also the list of things that that you don't realize that are not included when you see that base price. We were saying, if you want that ideal home on the lake, you're going to pay extra for that. Not that it's negative, but you want a water view, you're going to pay extra for a water view. The premium lots are obviously with better views. And I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. But you're going to also have base lot price. You're going to be able to pick your lot. So it's going to you're going to see, I want this lot, I'm going to look at this. That's your choice as far as when you're going for a pre-owned home, you're not getting that choice and stuff. So that's kind of thing, just different ideas and different things to like basically, to think about as you're going through, as you're trying to compare a pre-owned home to new construction. So new construction, I get all these warranties, I get to pick everything. And am I paying more? Yeah, you're obviously paying more per square foot on new construction. And now that's the other question too, is this like a car? Like, when you buy a used car, they seem like they hold their value a little bit more than when you buy a new car. And it's the same thing with new construction. I always suggest people, if you're going to buy new construction, make sure you're planning to stay for at least 2 years so that you can see the property go up in value. If you got a whole bunch of new construction upgrades and you added side doors, bonus rooms, back porches, swimming pools, it may take 2 to 3 years for you to see, okay, I made a good investment here. As far as you're not buying a house that's a bargain that's been pre-lived in for 10 years. You're actually buying a home that you added all this up to, and that it just appraised out. You're in it, and you're going to have to wait 2 to 3 years for it to, the market's crazy right now, so maybe not 3 years, but 2 years, you probably have to wait for that to even out. So you feel like you got something, as far as you made the right investment. So, that's amazing to stay in there for 2 years, and all that profit will be tax-free then when you do actually sell your home and stuff. But the neighborhood will still be growing at that time. Now, if you're the end of the neighborhood, you might be able to get a little bit better deal, or if you're the beginning of the neighborhood, you might be able to see the prices go up and see what a good deal that you actually had made compared to when you first started in that neighborhood. Those are the kind of like the key as far as new construction. So usually if you're the first in, you can see that valuation go up, and then usually if you're the last out. But your neighborhood's still growing, so the market's still growing, and your actual inventory home that you purchased is still going up. If you look at an area and the area doesn't look like there's hardly any growth, doesn't look like anyone's moving in, then the chances of that home going up slower in value is probably going to be better. But right now, as far as most areas where the building is, it's crazy new construction. You are paying top of the line prices for your new construction. The wood, just different, as far as builders and stuff go. There's permitting, there's, all that stuff that underlies for builders, and we are paying top price for the new construction right now. But as you can see, the market, how it's going, 2 years, you should be well on your way to actually getting a return on it. So that's pretty neat and stuff. So, and then the main thing to look for if you're looking for as an investment would be to make sure that there's more amenities, make sure you're in good school zones. Investors aren't looking to buy new construction because it's too, that's something you're in, you're homesteading your property so your taxes stay down. You're making a life in there. Investors aren't going into neighborhoods and just purchasing homes and expecting to make a flip within a month or two on it. If you're a long-term investor and you're going to live in the home and you're going to stay there for 4 years, I can see you're actually going to make some money there. But like if you're an investor, I wouldn't suggest new construction. I know in 2005, 2006, we had a lot of investors trying to just buy up whatever they could get to make 5-10 grand just to flip them. But this, they're a little bit more modest on the lending side now with investors, so you're not going to be able to do that as much. But if you're looking for a home and you're going to stay in it for over 2 years, then basically, you got your neighborhood still growing, the market's still growing, and the value will even out, within probably a year right now to 2 years. And of course, like we were saying, the more amenities you have, the more attractive it is for for resale, and the more the better the schools, the better the stores, the location. There's always the price or the location when it comes to resale. But right now we are zooming out. The houses are zooming in and out. So I don't like with me. I always say there's no way I would go and put every upgrade that the builder has. I mean, we went and looked at one the other day. The model was like 467. The model that we looked at was 467. I won't mention builders' names. And the model that we were in, I said, what if we purchased this home and it was almost $800,000? So there was a pool with pavers, it was absolutely gorgeous. The whole house was absolutely gorgeous. But to think that someone could put that many upgrades into a home, and then the builder actually had a lease back on that home, and he would rent the home from you as far as the actual, they weren't ready to sell it because they were still building out in that neighborhood, but they were able to lease back to the actual client. So in the long run, she would have got, she paid cash for the home. She would have returned and got probably about $100,000 of that rent back to her. But again, at this point, you're buying it because you want the new warranties, you want, all the just different things that come with it. And so she wouldn't have been able to move into that home, into it. She would have had to rent it back to the builder. But could she have purchased that home on a lot in there and, and said, I want all these extras? Yeah. And would it appraise out? Yeah, it'll appraise out in that area because they're just doing them with all the upgrades and all the different things. But is it cheaper to have some of the upgrades done yourself? Yeah, I mean the backsplashes, tile backsplashes, those are less expensive if you purchase them out yourself. Like I was saying, the porches, the slabs, the paving, those are cheaper if you do them yourself. And sometimes, like I was saying too, the flooring as well. The carpet's going to be, if you have a 2-story home, carpet's going to be on your stairs. If you pay the builder extra to put the laminate flooring in, you are going to pay the top of the line, and there's going to be different choices and stuff for it. Or tile. Tile is going to be less expensive than the laminate flooring. But those are all just different things as far as the different ways you could, basically, spend your money in that new construction home. When I walk into a new construction home, I usually think, and my customer probably doesn't know that some new construction homes don't include fan packages. Like, in other words, you see a light switch on the wall and you see the light, does it actually, can I put a fan there too? Fan packages are usually extra. There's stuff that realtors know because we're always in there that we know to ask, like the front lights when you pull up on your driveway, the 2 lights outside. How much extra is that to put the lights out? Oh, okay, if I don't put the lights out, how much extra is the wiring to have the lights out there? Stuff like that. Did you know that you have to put the sod in the front yard, the more expensive sod, and they usually put the cheaper sod in the backyard? The reason is that's to get the actual certificate of occupancy. They have to have sod in the yard. So those are just different things. And then again, too, the sprinkler systems, they have like basic, the lighting outside, it's all basic. There's certain things that are upgrades that a lot of people just don't even think about. So that's those are things, and like I was saying before too, it doesn't come decorated, and in the bathrooms, some of the bathrooms are Formica when you can pay extra for the granite, and also the tub enclosures, some of those are plastic depending on which builder, and if you want tile and if you want a glass door in those bathrooms, those are extra. But there's things that I know to ask that you would never even think to ask because you're going to be overwhelmed and so excited about this new construction home. But I know it can be a little disappointing too, because you're like, what do you mean I have to pay extra for light switches? Doesn't it come with it? Yeah, it comes with light switches, but it doesn't come with the fan packages, which means that you can take a switch on and also have your fan on there too. And then also, does it come with fans? Well, just because it has a fan package with the switches doesn't mean that necessarily you have to purchase the fans and stuff too. And is it cheaper sometimes to put your own fans in? Yes, it is. So that's kind of like just different questions that you don't even think about to ask. And then again, the pavers. If you want pavers, is it cheaper to have someone come in and do the pavers, separately after construction? Yes. So these are things that could save you money, but a lot of people like that it's included in the payment. They think, well, $10,000-$20,000 extra, I'm only paying this much extra a month to include it all. So it's totally your preference, what you feel comfortable with. And again, like I said, I'd be glad to help you, look at new construction. And I'm located Hernando, Pasco, Pinellas. I'm located all through those different areas, and would be glad to meet you out there, go through a new construction home and see basically your base price. And depending on which model, there's a lot of different builders, like I was saying, in the area, and we can kind of wean it down from there, and I could be glad to help you out. But if you guys want to stay tuned, I have Diane Oberlander from the SPCA. She brought Bo in today, and he's a good boy and a cute dog. He's ready up for adoption for $250 at the Suncoast SPCA. They're going to follow right after this. And if you guys have any questions about buying and selling, feel free to call me. I'm going to throw up my information, and I'm here for you. Or if you just have questions, give me a call. All right, we'll be back in a sec. Thanks. Welcome back. I'm Jessie Walters from Charles Rutenberg, and I'm here today with Diane Oberlander and Bo, special guest star from the Suncoast SPCA. He's here, and he's actually mellowing out right now. Before, we couldn't get him to sit down, and now of course, because the camera's on, he's like, nowhere to be found.
Yeah, right.
So tell us about Bo, his age, and where he's from, his story.
Bo is 3 years old. He was a dog we pulled from Citrus County after he was in a hoarding case. So we only guess what his scenario might have been, but we kind of feel like he might have sat in a kennel for a long time. They said he came with other dogs, but he kind of tends to stalk them a little bit, so we're not sure that he's really super dog friendly. Mm-hmm. We would take it slow if we were going to introduce him to anybody. He's a great dog. Like, he's super powerful, super amazing looking.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
But really easy to manage if you got treats or something. You know what I mean? He's super focused. Right now he's looking at the camera himself.
Yeah. He's under the table
I
staring
know,
at
he's
himself
like-
under the camera.
Oh, darn, you
Yeah.
can't even see him.
Yeah, no, they can probably see him because
good.
we have a timer there, but I think they can see him.
Oh, good,
But yeah,
good,
he's
good.
peering under the table at himself and looking around and stuff. But he's a beautiful dog. He looks like he works out, actually.
Yeah,
He's super
for
muscular.
sure.
Yeah.
He's 3 years old. Yeah, super muscular, great
Yeah.
eyes.
Beautiful.
We're actually shocked that he's still here. We still
Yeah.
have him.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
because
he's
he's really
gorgeous.
a great
How
dog.
much does he weigh? He looks like he weighs like pretty good.
I was going to say 65, 70
Yeah.
pounds would be my guess. Oh, look at how
yeah,
handsome.
look at that. Look at the camera.
Oh
there
my-
you go.
Do you
Look,
see
he's a
yourself?
star. Who is that right there? Yeah,
Who's
he's
that
just
handsome
beautiful.
boy? Yeah, he is. He's
So
really
tell me
great.
about his adoption fees and all that stuff. How much does it, if you wanted to adopt him, how much would
If you adopt Bo is two,
he sees himself?
250. Yeah, there we go again, like the whole
He's
thing.
like, look at that other dog. He's having much more fun.
He's $250. He's fully vetted, chipped,
Oh, nice.
all vaccinated, so he's ready to go be someone's
He
perfect
has all
family
the white
member.
markings here on his chest, and there's a nice little white marking here on his neck too. Really pretty. I was trying to see whether it looked like a shark fin or what state it
Or
looked like.
Texas.
Yeah, I said Texas. Let's call him Texas. He looks like he's got a little state of Texas on the back of his neck. Yeah, he's a beautiful dog.
He really
beautiful.
is.
Yeah. So, so it's $250, and then you have to the Suncoast SPCA on Congress Street, Port Richey. You're going to have to go there and
Right. You make an appointment online,
right.
and then you can meet Bo or anybody you'd like.
Do you reference him on the when you make the appointment on there, or do
You
just
can if you want to make sure
Okay.
that he's one that you want to see.
Right.
Sometimes if we know a specific dog isn't there and we don't have a dog that kind of matches what someone's looking for,
Right.
we'll call them and let them know and make a choice if they want to still come in or not. But
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But-
So and then also, what about we had talked about fostering them last time? Is he available for foster too, or
he can be. He's one that really doesn't need it.
Right.
Because he actually would just do great in a home. He really has no issues. He's not anxiety ridden or
No, I can
anything
see
like that.
Yeah. Yeah. He has no anxiety.
No,
at all. Yeah.
he doesn't.
Yeah, he seems to be good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think actually with him, I mean, somebody could to make sure that he does well in their home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, though, he could just go in a home, no problem.
Yeah, he's just
and fit in really great.
Right. So when we were talking before, the
Sit.
first of the year, we were talking about what they need and stuff. So it's still the same needs. They need volunteers at the Suncoast SPCA.
Yep, we're getting ready to start call a bunch of volunteers, see if we can't get some in to work with our dogs and our cats, spend a little time with them, kind of, just spend good time with them to give
Like
them
one-on-one.
love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aw,
Yeah.
That's a good job to
Yeah,
actually-
that wouldn't be a bad thing to do.
Yeah, that would be nice, to take that extra time to give
Yeah.
love to, that's a
Because
good job.
they're so good at giving it in return.
Right,
So
exactly. Yeah,
Stay.
so if you're bored, especially if you're retired, we have a lot of retirees
Yes.
in that area, Pasco
Yes.
County, that have nothing to do. You want to give a little love back to the community
want a
by
little love?
cuddling a kitten or a dog. That would be great. Yeah, look, see, he even comes with tricks.
See?
He can sit.
Good
He's sitting
boy.
and he's staying. He's a good dog. He's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know, and you also you needed what did we need last time? It was Purina.
Purina Pro Plan, chicken and rice, the dry and wet.
And that's what they're all on. And
Yes,
we
we
were
try
talking
and
about
keep
that.
them on that
Yeah, so-
consistency,
Uh-huh.
helps their tummies.
Yeah.
And then we do kitten chow and cat chow for our cats.
Okay.
We're always looking for laundry, detergents, cleaning stuff. I know that stuff's lame, but that's
Yeah.
actually everyday stuff that you
Yeah.
have to have at
Well,
the
stuff
shelter.
you take for granted, I think.
Right,
You
exactly.
take it for granted because you're like, oh, they must have supplies for that. But
Right.
that's things that they're actually
We could never
needing.
have enough of those.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome to know that what
Yes.
you guys need. So yeah, because of COVID, we were talking about there was different things that you could actually donate and stuff like that. Whereas in those things
yeah.
have changed. So soaps.
So, yeah,
know,
and we
probably
can't take
hand
any
sanitizers.
sheets or linens. We're not able to take those right now because of COVID.
Right.
So we feel really bad about that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, 'cause you get the people that always
yes,
brought
and we're
it in.
so thankful that they think about us. Sadly, we just can't take them right now, but
Right, so
hopefully
you
in the future.
So you got soap,
laundry detergent, yeah.
And what about-
bleach.
yeah. So what did I just say? Cat litter. That was
Yep.
probably
Oh,
cat litter.
Actually, no.
No,
We
you're good
did-
at cat litter?
We actually got a delivery from Publix of 5 pallets of cat
Oh,
litter.
nice.
We're actually in good shape on,
On the
cat litter.
'Cause last time I was asking for cat litter. That's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, we're really good on the cat litter right
That's
now.
awesome. Yeah, so the Suncoast SPCA, Port Richey is where Bo's located at, and then there's also, how many pets do you have there now, as far as like?
Right now, I think we have about 12. We have a couple that we really do want to get into foster, which you'll see is Abby is one of the girls, and then Sprite is another one we would like to get into
Okay,
foster.
and then the key of the foster is to get them around people and get them kind of, is that
Right.
it?
Foster, it depends on the situation for the dog. We have one of our dogs is on the thin side. We're going through trying to diagnose her, figure out with the vets what's going on with her. But so she would be going into foster, for a lot of
keep
love
an eye-
and medical care
yeah.
kind of thing.
Right.
We have others that go into foster because they need to kind of, I don't know. It's almost like get refamiliar with humans again and
Right.
and all the things that goes on in the world
Yeah.
of humans, so that they become comfortable again
Right.
with those
Yeah,
things.
because a lot of them have been locked up, and that's why some, that's what you suspect with him, that he was just locked up in a
Yep.
cage.
Yep.
So they get acclimated again with the actual people being around them. He's having direct eye contact with me. He's like, yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I just want to take a moment to tell you you're right.
to acknowledge that.
Yeah. So they get to be around people again, and that's awesome. But he's a beautiful dog. He's so muscular and just gorgeous. His markings, the brindle.
Oh my God, he
pattern,
is.
everything
He's
beautiful.
amazing looking. And he
Yeah.
really just has a wonderful personality. He loves love,
Yeah.
loves to be around his people. He's wonderful in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say enough about him. He needs some leash manners, but that's your
Yeah.
typical, shelter dog, puppy,
Yeah.
whatever thing that you have to do
Yeah,
anyway.
3 years
so.
old. He's still young.
Yeah.
He'll still play ball.
He's still smart
Yeah.
enough to learn, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty with his little white feet and stuff too.
Oh,
He's
look at him
cute.
doing a little frog dog in over
Yeah,
here.
he's like, I'm so relaxed now. Yeah, he's camera shy
He's
now.
like,
never
yeah.
mind. But yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, we have pictures of him too. We got to throw those up too, so you guys can see what he looks like, his markings and stuff like that. But yeah, so he's available. And then we were talking about if you're at home with COVID right now, and you want to take a foster in, now's the perfect time to actually, because you're home, you have the extra time and stuff like that to actually take a foster in and see. Here's the pictures. I think these are the ones you actually
Oh,
took too, right?
yeah.
You got your,
There's our boy, Bo.
Yeah, he's a movie star.
He is. He's so handsome. He's got the best smile.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's a big dog. I mean, he's not like a little teeny, like this dog will protect you.
He's solid.
Security dog.
Yeah,
He
he's
looks-
solid.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
I love
So
that. That
cute.
blue on him
Yeah.
looks amazing.
I like how you got him to like look directly at you. I'm kind of a
Until-
big deal around here.
Look at that smile.
he's adorable.
Look at that smile. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really cute.
He does
Oh,
have that
Christmas.
dopey,
Yeah.
the dopey look.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a ham. I just happen to be a ham.
Oh
Aw.
my God. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's-
so cute.
Yeah, and you can always put him into modeling if you don't want to keep
Right,
a
exactly.
model dog. Yeah, he's like, yeah,
He'll
that
do
was me.
if it's with you, he'll do it.
Yeah. He's like, I got it. Yeah, so that's awesome. So, yeah, well, we were saying with if you're at home and you have extra time during the COVID time, you're still, working from home and you want to you just go online and you want to do the fostering, you can just go online. Or if you even want to just visit with the dogs and stuff like that,
Yes.
come in,
Yeah.
again, volunteer. It's all online at the Suncoast SPCA, and you're going to go on there, you're going to apply for volunteering, or you're going to apply to see some of the dogs. And
Yes.
it's best if you make an appointment. I know Saturdays you guys have it open for everybody, though,
We
right?
did. That's
close- you shut that? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
sadly,
no,
the
okay.
12 to 4 Saturday is no longer for now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with
Because of COVID.
Yeah, it's hard with COVID, too.
Yes, so we're trying to be really careful of that. Hopefully, in the next month or two, I'll be able to come back and say, yeah, we're back to that.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's okay, because the only thing is if you're not computer savvy,
call.
yeah, to call the actual number, call the Suncoast SPCA, and talk to them on the phone, and you can still do
Yes.
the same thing. You
We
don't
can
have
schedule it for them.
Yeah, because a lot of times I think people give up because they're not computer savvy and they're just like, oh, I can't go in there now.
Right. I have no options.
Yeah.
Yeah. 727-849-1048. We can, if we don't answer, leave a voicemail.
Okay.
We can schedule for you.
Okay, and then too, I think they used to have, as far as like, I know if you lost a pet, you could register them with the SPCA. I know they say pause, not pause. There's a, what is it? There's a list that they used to have. They used to have little 3x5 cards at the Suncoast SPCA.
Back in the day.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I lost my dog like 10 years ago. Called in. They were like, let me see. They put it on a little 3x5 card if anybody comes in.
They got these crazy computers.
Yeah. What's this computer thing that I've got to like
look through?
Yeah.
They have what we can do if someone brings in an animal, we have a chip reader, so we can see if they have a chip, and then if they do, obviously, that allows us to contact the chip company who will have the information on the owner. That's why chipping is so important.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so what do you do when when the stuff, as far as like accuracy on the chips, like what do you do when they're not updated? You know what I mean? It has their old phone numbers or old addresses.
You just try and track them down as best as you can, based on information, vet information and that kind of thing, rabies, tag information. And if they're not claimed, then they would go up for adoption.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, and we talked about that last time too. If you're having problems with your dog, not with your dog, but your housing situation, you can't take your dog with you. They actually have a day where you can bring in your dog. Has to be fully vetted, like you said, and being fully vetted, what you can explain to them because they probably don't know what.
That's all your annual vaccines. That's your rabies, Bordetella. Being heartworm negative in the last year. Chip, not so much. If you don't have a chip, we'll chip them.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we can take care of that. But
Yeah, because you want them to be healthy around the other dogs.
Yes,
right?
because they're going to be in our population, right?
Right. Yeah, and if you have a dog that's, I know a lot of people have like a dog that needs, that's sick or, that what would you suggest if your dog's sick and you're trying to give your dog up? Do they have special, like, are those like more of the groups, the fostering groups?
Or even just getting a dog in a foster. If we have a medical issue or a behavioral issue, shy issue, we try and get them in the situation that's best for them. We had a dog that came in and who surrendered. He was really growly. We were like, okay, he's got to come around, because we have to work with him. And sure enough, exposing him, we kept putting him in the office. We put him into situations that kind of forced him to deal with.
Right.
And now he's fine. He's completely fine. He loves
people. Like that growly. I like that word.
Yeah, right.
They're kind of growly. I'm around them for a while. Yeah. Kind of loosen them up a little bit. Make them happy.
Right. Stick him around a few people.
Yeah. This one, yeah, exactly. Slowly,
right?
Home inspectors, insurance people, bring them in. But yeah,
Exactly.
This one's he doesn't have any problems with personality.
No, he's wonderful. Like we're seriously surprised he's still here.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm guessing it's his size because he's a big boy, but he's really amazing. He's smart. Yeah, he pulls a little on the leash, but you would do a little work on that, he'll be just fine.
Yeah, he seems like
he wants to please,
trained and stuff.
Yeah, and he's treat motivated. So
yeah, he is. Look at that.
Good
you don't
boy.
have to say. You just have to do the hand movement. Yeah. Okay. All the way down. Let's see.
Yeah. Down.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. He does. He does.
Down.
Know.
Get the booty down.
He's like,
let's play.
I got it. I don't know what. Yeah, he's like,
now he's getting his wiggle on.
That was like all we needed to get going here. Yeah, he's like, okay, now I'll show everybody my personality. Right. Yeah, they show everybody.
Come here, mister, your silly personality.
Yeah, he's so
Come
cute.
here.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people didn't know about as far as like how to, how you actually volunteer your, surrender your dog to, because I think they have to take them to animal control or take them to the vet. And, some people don't know that they don't have to put their dog down if they don't want their dog, that other people are looking for dogs and, and there's every time there's a storm and stuff like that, or fireworks, a lot of dogs go missing.
Yes, that's why the chip is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fireworks. If we could come up with fireworks that didn't make a sound, that would be awesome.
So much better. I know. I had a dog that we had for years and years, and every time the fireworks would come, and the vet told me to give him Benadryl.
Yeah, make him a little sleepy.
Yeah, so that way he wouldn't try to leave, run off.
Right, and that's exactly what happens. They probably let him to go out and go potty, and next thing you know, firework, bam, gone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he would open up all the doors with like his teeth and like leave little holes in the doorknobs
Oh my
he'd be
gosh,
so
desperate
riled
to-
up. Yeah, to try to find everybody in the house. That's how you kind of find out the hard way if they have
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, but they have dog anxiety pills and stuff like. This one doesn't have any anxiety at all, though.
No, he doesn't seem to. No.
Yeah, no,
seems
he's
just
good.
fine.
He's good. Yeah. So Suncoast SPCA in Port Richey, and this is Bo, and he is available for adoption, $250. And then also, if you're a senior, you get the 10% off senior discounts.
Yes.
So he's available, and you have to be a strong senior if you're going to take him because he's a big boy. He's strong.
That's right.
Yeah. So whoever takes him is going to have to be a little bit, willing to work with them and stuff. But he's actually very polite. He just wants to get up and run and stuff.
Yeah, he wants to see everybody.
Yeah. He wants to see who's on the camera.
He does.
Yeah, he's like,
Kind of like
me?
Bindy's move.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Bo.
no taking off. Come here.
Come here, Bo.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah,
show your
Bendy.
handsome face.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
he
go.
is on
Show
there.
your handsome
Thank you
face.
so much for coming to
Of course.
and, bringing him with us, and I hope that he gets adopted out. I mean, I know he will.
Yes,
I know
thank
that
you.
he's going to be somebody's, right hand man.
Right.
He's a
Wonderful
great dog.
companion.
Yeah, and thanks for everyone for joining us today. We had a great time learning about new construction, why, all the do's and don'ts, and why you need a realtor. And want to thank Suncoast SPCA for having Bo with us as special guest star. And everybody have a great week, and look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day.